Hi, welcome back to West Coast Geeks. I'm your host Joaquin. How we doing, people? So today's video, as you can see on the slide, is B1 in Search of the Unknown, the player's background setting. So if you, which I highly recommend getting the Goodman's games into the Borderland. First you get B1 and you get to B2, which are two good modules for like starting off your campaign or just adding this to an existing 5th edition. So in the player's background sheet, they have a standard background setting for all players to read prior to their first adventure. Either read this out loud before the adventure begins or print out a copy for the players to read and to reference during their quest. So I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to read out the player's background and put it to slides with images. You're welcome. All right, let's let the show begin. Rogarn, the Fearless, and Viglar, the Unknown, are legendary names. Even you, a young fledgling in a town far away from the great cities of your world, know their reputation. Even though their tales begins long before you were born, the elders and the stage speak both names with respect and even awe. In a distant admiration for memories of two legendary figures. You have heard parts of the story before, but never enough to know all of it, or even what is true and what is only legend or speculation. But it is a great and fascinating beginning in your own quest to learn more. Rogan, the Fearless, earned his name as a great warrior, and his reputation spread far and wide across the land. Ziglar, the Unknown, equally renowned, earned his respected status and power as a formidable practitioner of the mystic's arts and magic sorcery. No one knows what occurred or coincidence brought these two men together, but tales of their meetings and forming a strong bond of friendship, a union that would last for ages. As this occurred, legend has it the two men virtually disappeared from the view of civilization. Stories occasionally surfaced about the rumor hideaway being built deep in the wilderness, far from the nearest settlement, away from the traveled routes, and high upon a craggy hill. But no one seems to know anymore that or where this supposed hideaway really was located, if indeed it was. No one knows for sure, but some say their motive was to pursue some comic goals of personal greed and some kind of vague or chaotic evil. In any case, they jointly led a hermit's life with but a few occasional forays into the outside world to add to their own reputations. Many years passed until one day a great barbarian invasion came from the lands to the north, threatening to engulf the entire lands with the savage excess of the unchecked alien horde. Just when things seemed to be the darkest, Rogan and the Fearless and Ziglar the Unknown made their unexpected yet most welcome reappearance. Shorting their powerful foes, they and their band of loyal henchmen met the barbarian army in a great battle at a narrow pass in the hills, decisively turning back the invasion. Rogan slew a horde of barbarians single handedly, and Zigar's powerful magic put their army to flight. It was a great victory, and a grateful populace rewarded the pair and their consorts with considerable treasure. After that, the two heroes returned to their mystical hideaway, and rumors had it that the spoils of their victory were spent further its construction, although some of it may yet be hidden somewhere. The most exciting portions of the legends are the most recent, Some years ago, perhaps a decade before you were born, Rogan and Zeglar purely decided upon a joint foray into the lands of the hated barbarians, taking most of their henchmen and associates along with them in a great armed band. The two personage, it seemed, disappeared into the forbidden alien lands to the north on a great adventure, which some say many have been asked by the very gods themselves. Words just reaching civilizations tell of some great battle in the barbarian lands where the legendary Rogan and Ziglar have met their demise. This rumor clashed must have been occurred some years ago, as there are few details and no substantiary of this story of the story. The only thing certain is that if all of this is true, Rogan and Zeglar have been gone far too long. If only one had the knowledge and wherewithal to find their hideaway, he or she would have great things to explore. Now, just recently, the most promising bit of information, a crude map purporting to show the way of the hideaway of the two men, a place apparently called Q. You or one of your most antiquates has acquaintance has the map. And if it's accurate, it could perhaps lead you to the mystical place that was a home and sanctuary. Who knows what riches and wealth and magic might be there for the taking? Yes, the risk is great, but the challenge cannot be ignored. Gather a few of your fellows. You you share the secret and embark on an adventure in the search of the unknown. So that is the player's background. That you'll get a sheet. You can you can copy it, paste it, put it on a like a brown paper. You can even make it, make a map. There are plenty of things you can do to help the players along, but I hope this video will be useful to you. And with that, people, I hope you enjoyed this. Catch you next video.